All right, so I'd love to get us started, just to have us go around, introduce the characters that we're thinking, and I'm going to do a little bit of background on sort of the setup for the campaign. Folks, just let me know if that sounds good to you. I'm going to lay out a couple of sort of session zero. These are just expectation setting things. And as long as everyone's, I mean, and then, if you feel strongly or if it doesn't align with what you were thinking, we can have a conversation about it. If it sounds good, we can just sort of move on. But I'd love for folks to start out just going around. Just introduce yourself with whatever name you want to have people call you, in chat as the actual person. And then introduce your character if you have one, and sort of talk a little bit about how you got there, and then I'll start with my stuff.
Well, I mean, okay, so just a question, like, when you said, like, the name used in chat, are you talking about, like, our names or, like, our characters?
Yeah, like I mean, whatever you if so, I would just say like, hey, my name's Matt. I'm playing. My character's name is blah blah blah.
Oh, okay.
He or she is a something something. This is sort of what I'm thinking for them. And just to sort of get like a quick 30-second summary of who you're playing, so I
Okay.
can get a sense of see what skills are available in the game, so I don't like accidentally give you guys a whole bunch of medical checks or something.
Yeah. I guess I'll go first. I mean, this is starting to feel like an AA meeting, but I am Cody. I am playing. I'm playing a hard ass, quasi bitchy mercenary named Sky, former Colonial Marine. Uh, Joined a crew as hired security, looking to make some cold dead cash. Um, Barely gets along with anybody that isn't directly paying her. So, and then skill wise, she works, I mean, mainly obviously in range combat, but she also kind of doubles as like a makeshift mechanic. Um, but yeah, that's my character Sky. So, um, rocking a smart gun in a spacesuit. So,
Beautiful, thanks. Who wants to go next?
Okay. Well, my username is Blackbird, but you can just call me Cole.
okay.
And my character is Mike Baker. He's a his career is scientist, but he's primarily a computer technician. Specializes in comtech and stuff like that. Yeah,
Love it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Have you joined the game yet, by the way? 'Cause
I am logging onto the Roll20 right now.
Okay.
Um, I guess I'll go next. My name is Wolfclaw. I will play the character Nick, who is a kid. He's a 10-year-old kid that was abandoned by his parents. He's surviving on his own, just seeking most of the time around colonies and ships for food and something to play with. He doesn't trust adults, but his goal is to find someone who can care for him. He has long, dirty blonde hair, baseball hat, a jeans jacket with pins, cargo shorts, and Converse All-Star shoes. That's it.
Okay, so my turn then, right?
Yeah.
You got it.
Oh, yeah. Myriad Truth. If anyone play any Persona games, that's where I got it from. And you call me. And I currently don't have a character because I want to hear more of the scenario. But I'm willing to play any role. It's fine.
All right, sounds good. Period truth. Thankfully, the game, it doesn't take long to generate a character. So you can roll a character sheet, or we can get you one pretty fast.
Yeah, I actually made a character creation video some time ago.
Oh, cool.
So
Awesome, great.
Like you can find it
S-
if you scroll up in the RPG resources. So,
Okay.
I mean, I did get one thing wrong in the video. It's that with non-key skills, you can only put 1 point into them. But other than that, it's accurate.
All right.
Yeah, and Myriad, depending on, I have a bunch of character sheets you're welcome to take, and you know, if we want to get into the gameplay right now, we can do that. Don't feel like it's gonna block you.
That works too.
Cool. So just some real fast stuff about me. My name is Matt. I have this is the second time I've attempted this campaign. I'm excited to try it online. The previous campaign was done in real life, and it seemed to go well. Just some real fast stuff about me from the GM perspective. Um, I tend to default to understanding, you know, just making rule guesses at the time. And then later on, I'll try to do research, but there's always the possibility that I get a rule wrong. You know, I ask that you DM me in Discord or send me a direct message over Roll20 and not stop the whole thing if you feel that there's like a rule dispute. Generally, I will always try to stick to the rules, but I get them wrong. If something's happening that makes you very uncomfortable or you want the scene to end, just DM me. We'll fade to black. It's not a big deal. I don't want you to feel like you need to be embarrassed by it. I won't tell anyone who did it. Sometimes people just want to move on past stuff, and I think that that's great. The only other thing is that I do really try to stick with the sandbox. It's something that I try to take a lot of pride in. So if there's a situation that you feel that you're getting railroaded, or you know you really want to try something, don't feel like you can't bring that up to me. This scenario is we're going for a horror scenario. There's some space, but there's a lot of time down on the surface of the planet. You are going to be space truckers. You are working for LaSalle Biological. You are on a cargo run. Do you guys want to be really fast? Do you feel strongly about being freelancers, or would you rather be employees?
Um, Freelancers, I guess, like just taking up contracts. That works for me. I mean, either way, but um,
Yeah, it makes sense. The Marine on board.
what now?
Oh, that makes sense. You could be a Marine.
Yeah.
Used to be a Marine.
Yeah.
All right, great. You guys are freelancers.
I mean, let the adults talk about that.
This kid's gonna be a lot of fun. I like him already.
Oh yeah.
And then the only other element that I would want to get out of the way in the beginning is I do try to have the NPCs and the maps done, but this is a pretty free-form thing that can happen in a lot of different directions. So just be aware that there's the possibility that you sort of outstrip me in terms of what maps have been generated, and I'll have to direct you back, or we'll do like a sort of a, you know, I describe it to you and we'll keep going. But before we do you guys want to kick it off and start to play the intro a little bit and then see where we go?
Yeah. I mean, are we going to figure out buddies and rivals organically, or are we just going to like outright say like I think this character would be my rival?
My headcanon on this is that you guys are all sort of professionals. You know, so far up to this point, it's been pretty much a milk run. There's nothing special about what's going on yet. So I would prefer if we sort of let the rivals and the allies sort of emerge organically over the course of play.
Okay.
Um, and then also like take your agendas. My general philosophy when it comes to agendas is I love it when players use them. I love it when players try to incorporate them. And feel free to sort of like evolve that as you go, your agenda, as we play. But the one thing is you do need to let me know both, you know, because I will look at your character sheets, but if you start to evolve or change your agenda, please let me know so I can take another look. Because there is a point system that you get as you go, but don't feel like you're completely locked into that. So a good example might be I'm anti-authority, right? And then as things are revealed, you sort of like elaborate on that or build on that.
Yeah.
All right, great. Let me get started.
Cool.
I noticed that we still have only 4 people in Roll20.
Yeah, I mean, there's a mechanic I have to sort of like, we can add them back in later. It's
Oh.
not. The Hard Bargain, a CYG NS3 Star Clipper, soars through space, the running lights flickering in the darkness. On the side is a faded LaSalle Bionational logo. In this era, you don't fly under the flag of the country of origin, but the corporation. The hull is pitted and scratched, signs of years of service. The life of a space trucker has never been easy, but lately things have been tighter than normal. Aboard is a shipment of genetically modified seed bound for colonies who have paid extra for emergency delivery. This ship has been sent on a more dangerous, uncharted route by corporate leadership, and the complaints of the crews were silenced with the promise of a bonus. The crew is tense, though, when you went under. Aboard the ship is silent and cold. In the galley, the famous dinner table sits. Every crew member who has ever served on the ship has carved their name into it, and there isn't a square centimeter of unmarked table left. The ship is old but lovingly cared for, technically a freelance vehicle who has been forced to allow their clients to call more of the shots in a time of scarcity of work. The crew is from all over and have a tradition of not asking too many questions of each other. Nobody starts out in this business with the dream of serving on the Hard Bargain. It's where you end up after a few mistakes. The crew isn't the only surprise on the ship, though. Hidden behind the fake walls are more sleeping passengers. These are the real profit makers for the crew, and something even their all-knowing corporate clients don't know about. People so desperate to start again they paid, or had paid for them by family, passage aboard a ship to an unknown destination. There was your normal collection of criminals, religious practitioners, and refugees of all stripes. But some were children sent away by families trapped in the hellish cycle of debt, many tricked by their parents into getting into the pods for the first time. It takes more love than we can imagine to send your child away to never see or hear from them again in the hope of a better life. We turn from those sleeping secret passengers to the bridge. Suddenly lights start to turn on. The computer has detected something and is bringing various systems online. If we could survive the FTL experience, we would know this happens from time to time. What doesn't happen is the next part. A bright flash of light and the sound of wrenching metal as the frame of the Hard Bargain is stressed well beyond the safety limits. Almost immediately, emergency lights start to flash as the AI works through its options. You are asleep, enjoying a shared dream you and the rest of the crew purchased. You are sitting on a beach, the smell of the ocean and the sharp tang of a tropical drink filling your mind. You've never seen an ocean without trash floating in it, but it lives up to all of your expectations. You dig your toes into the soft white sand and feel the breeze run across your skin. This is the life. The next thing you know, you are being awoken. This isn't new for you, but what is new is the emergency awake process. You feel intensely ill. In the background, you hear the sound of someone violently throwing up. Your eyes and head are pounding, and it takes a second to put together what is happening. Every monitor is displaying an emergency symbol of some sort, and the AI voice is booming, commanding you to report to the bridge. Not every pod is open. It seems the AI is experiencing some problems. You stumble towards the locker to get a jumpsuit on and watch as the artificial gravity gives out for a second. The small bird with a top hat drinking from a glass of water you left on the bench before you went under slowly floats in the air before crashing to the ground. You grab the rail and hold on as you hear the sound of metal being stressed and make your way to the bridge. This is the layout of the Hard Bargain.
By the way, quick thought. I thought we were gonna group name the ship, but or it might have been something else I was thinking of.
You guys can name, after this part, you guys are welcome to decide to change it.
Okay.
This is a freelance vessel, so you can change the name whenever you want.
Oh, okay.
I just picked one.
Yeah. Well, it's not a bad name. I'm just saying that usually I'm kind of under the assumption that like the players name the ship.
Yeah, I just picked one just to have one. But it's a freelance vessel, so you
Okay.
can change its designation
That
whenever
was
you
a
choose.
really well written prologue, by the way.
Well, thank you.
So
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, pretty nice.
You guys stumble to the bridge. In front of you are the various monitors as the freshly awoken stumble in. Before every station has a new and different alarm. In a moment, you are taken all of the information flying at you. You are in a system with a sun and one planet. Around you are thousands of ships, floating empty in space.
oh,
You seem to have fallen into the same trap they have. Your reactor is reporting strange readings, and it seems that you have been pulled out of FTL. Many of the derelict ships floating around you have visible holes, but the ship closest to you seems to be the freshest. It is a Wayland-Yutani vessel and still has running lights on. Your sensors struggle to even count the number of ships around you, and the orbital map keeps blinking in and out. Then the AI voice booms out, system status unknown, scenario unknown, critical computer failures, crew override required. The speakers fall silent, and you all look at each other. What do you do now? You are sitting in your ship. There is a planet below you. Around you is thousands of what looks like abandoned or derelict vessels. You have been pulled out because of a emergency situation, which has caused the AI to determine it is unable to guarantee the safety of the vessel. Not all of you have been awoken, so you will need to decide amongst yourselves any sort of command system or rank system, who's in charge.
yeah, I was
Uh,
gonna ask that. Like, I don't think we've established like the hierarchy.
you have
Yeah.
not, so you guys will need to decide at this point, right? You can sort of use this as an opportunity to sort of introduce yourselves,
Okay.
determine um, your own sort of rank or structure system. What do you want to do? And then you can just go from there and start asking questions, and we'll start going.
Well, so a quick question I have is, do we have a pilot in here?
I
I can be
believe
pilot.
I believe Ward said he was going to be the pilot.
Oh yeah, right. But Ward is not here, so
Very convenient.
yeah. Because I was gonna say, like, it's just my opinion that I feel like the pilot should be in command. Like, if in absence of an actual officer, then there should be the pilot, and then if not, so Cole, what class is your character?
Career-wise, I'm a scientist.
Okay, scientist. And I know Wolf's character is a kid. Um, and
Yeah, I'm blank slate.
yeah, okay. I guess, I mean, not to nominate myself, but I feel like kind of a security officer might be the better choice for now in the absence of a pilot. If there's any objections to that, I'll stand down.
I mean, we could just say that like the pilot doesn't wake up for now.
Oh, well, I'm saying, like, if he's out, then who's in command?
Mother?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Oh, what, Mother? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I didn't consider Mother as an option. Okay, so I guess Mother it is. Um, um,
So some options you guys could explore are you could try to figure out more about the stuff around you. You could try to ask some questions or run some tests about the status of your
okay.
ship. You could try to find out more about the planet below.
Okay. So I will say though that Sky's first instinct is upon seeing the situation, she drags her ass straight down to the like, I guess, crew quarters. And I mean, this is just how I'd naturally react, but she gets in her suit just in case there's something, like, just in the event that something could board the ship or force her to head out. Just kind of like an instinctive reaction. So
Okay, great.
So I'm
She
just
heads
heading.
down. She puts on her spacesuit.
Yeah. Also,
so far,
also opens the locker and grabs the smart gun just in case, just to be ready. That's like that's Marine training for you. You have to be ready to get into action at any time. So you have this woman in a bulky suit carrying an even bulkier gun. So, that's just a precaution. And that's the thing with Sky, is that she definitely has like survival in mind. So, but after suiting up and grabbing her gun, I mean, she's not like carrying it like aimed, but she has it at the ready. But so she returns to the bridge, is just kind of waiting for everybody else to see what is going on.
Nick is puking in the bin because he doesn't like to wake up from the hypersleep. And he's like, mother, water, food, water, help.
This guy looks at him, he's like, twerp. I don't think Mother's gonna get you a drink.
Can you give me a drink, please, Mama?
Mother responds and directs you back the way. Back behind you is the galley. So you are welcome to go get yourself some food and some drink. But you get the sense from the delay in response that something might be wrong with Mother.
Mother sounds different today. Thanks, Mom. And I go to the galley.
So you guys are on a ship. Its condition is unknown. Would you like any sort of information about what's going on around you?
So then Sky says, "All right, Mother, what's the deal? Why were we pulled out of state? What do you have any idea what's going on here?"
Again, there's a delay before Mother responds, but she comes back and she says, she in essence the monitor starts to scroll down with diagnostic information. It seems that the FTL drive is entered a previously unknown state. It is not clear whether or not the FTL is safe to use. Even your lack of piloting training, you would have walked by these monitors hundreds of times across the ship to see general diagnostic readouts. And you would know that these numbers are going up to impossibly high numbers and then dropping down to impossibly low numbers. It's not clear what, if anything, is the status of your engine system at this time. But you do know that the protocol is to awaken the crew or some members of the crew and try to get you to make whatever decision is pertinent and in the company's best interest. And in this case, in your best interests.
And then so Sky is just kind of like leaning over the console, looks over to Mike. "All right, Mike, what do you think we should do?"
All right. Well, okay. So I've got my I mean, is there anything I can ask? Can I like ask if there's any immediate problems we can solve on Mother, or?
Sure. So you can ask Mother what the immediate problems are. You could ask Mother for a status of what's going on around you. Just remember that like this is not it is not in a perfect state. So the answers might be wrong, or they might require further follow-up.
All right. Okay, so I ask Mother what the immediate problem is, and sort of like a rundown on what's not working at the moment.
Mother responds and says that it is unable to continue the trip as planned because it can no longer guarantee the safety of the FTL system. It does not know what will happen if you attempt to restart the FTL system. But as far as it can tell, there is nothing preventing you from doing so. So the crew could, there is no technical limitation to turning it back on and attempting to resume your journey.
To fix the FTL drive?
None of you know if the FTL drive is broken, right? All Mother knows is that the readings are both higher and lower somehow simultaneously at the same time than its safety margin. And so in the lack of having ever seen this before in her database, Mother has stopped the ship.
All right. Well, I think our first order of business should be checking out that FTL drive, making sure nothing really bad happened to it.
Is the drive inside or out of the ship?
Drive is inside of the ship.
Okay, I suspected as much. I just wanted to check. So.
Okay. Are you heading down to take a look at the FTL drive?
Yeah, I'm tagging along with
Yeah,
Mike.
I'll.
So.
Okay. Well, you are standing outside of what is the secured room for the FTL system. This is not generally an area of the ship that requires much maintenance. There is nothing that you can tell that is obviously wrong with the FTL system. You are welcome to do an investigation check if you'd like to get more information. But on first glance, there does seem to be some weird arcing between some of the electrical systems. But none of you would have enough intimate exposure to this system to know necessarily what's normal and what's not normal.
Meanwhile, Nick is headed to the bridge.
Nick is taking command of the vessel. I got it. Go, Nick.
And I see a button that says shield screens on and off, and I push it up so that they go on, like up, so I can see the stars. And I say,
Okay.
"Ooh, pretty stars, pretty." Can I roll observation to what I see?
Sure, go for it.
Oh no.
Oh, we got a success.
What do I see, Mother?
You see, so in front of you is, you see a long, it almost looks like a line of ships going down to the surface. But even from sort of just your own visual observation, you see that a lot of these have micro meteorite punctures through them, or some have been torn in half. But there definitely seems to be a progression to the ships. They all seem to be going down to the same area on the planet, or being pulled down to the same area on the planet very, very slowly over the course of years. The ship closest to you is so new that the light sparkles off of it. It hits you in the eyes. And this is the ship that you have sort of parked yourself right behind. You also see some of the planet below. It looks sort of normal-ish. There's nothing too spectacular about that.
So I got blinded by this light.
Let's say it just shined you in the eyes. I don't think light reflecting off metal
Oh my
would
God.
be
So shiny. Ooh,
beautifully shiny.
big holes. Big holes. Ship go, bye-bye. I go and back to the cryo chamber to get my stuff, to get my backpack and everything.
Wouldn't that be the
Okay.
like crew lockers, or did you just like leave your backpack by the cryo chamber?
Probably in a locker, right?
Yeah, that's why I said like my smart gun and my suit were in the locker, so I just got to my locker, opened it up, and took my stuff.
Oh yeah, I should probably head to my locker after this. All right. Well,
We'll see.
I mean, at the FTL drive, I mean, Mike would assume that he would try to like look around at it, because he assumes, I mean, Mother stopped the ship for a reason and stopped the drive for a reason, so there has to be like maybe something wrong with it. So would I roll observation?
Yeah, let's do an observation roll. That sounds great.
Okay, could one of you walk me through how to roll this on roll 20?
You go to the character sheet in the journal,
Character sheet. Okay.
and then you see the attributes. If you hover over, say, observation, and you click on it, then there's input value, there are no modifiers, and then you just hit submit, and then that does the roll.
All right.
So, hey,
All right. I observed.
Boy, did you. You did a great
Yes, I
job of
did.
observing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what do you observe is that there is something wrong, but even the diagnostic systems. So there's some weird arcing. It seems like, from what you can tell, that the normal flow and process for the FTL has been disrupted. Um, the computer has no sort of the diagnostic warning in front of the computer in front of you seems to suggest that there's been some sort of contamination or interference, but all the shields seem to be holding around the reactor core itself and the FTL process. You think, based on your observation, that you could hit the button and something would happen, but you're not exactly sure what that would be.
All right. Oh, did Sky also roll an observation as well?
oh no, I just did that to show you.
Oh, to show me. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Okay. Well, I relay this information to Sky and ask what she thinks the best decision might be.
And she's saying, "Hey, you're the brains. I'm the brawn."
All right. I say, well, let's make sure everybody's make sure everybody's okay. I'd like for everyone to be aware before we start restarting the drive.
And she shrugs like, "Okay," and then I guess we're heading out.
Yeah, so let's say you guys gather back up in the bridge.
I
Everybody's
go
there.
back to my locker first and grab my stuff.
Sure, absolutely. Everyone has their stuff.
Mhm.
Everyone's back at the bridge. You guys, what do you want to? Are you going to try the FTL?
Before that, I tell them and point out, shiny, shiny. There's a lot of jeeps.
Sky
Big
just
holes.
Sky just rolls her eyes and kind of shoves past.
Just shoves the kid.
Yeah, she like thrusts her hips to the side and bumps him against the wall.
Get out of my way.
Oh god. Oh.
I run away. You will see.
All right, just some out of game. It looks like Myriad Truth is going to pick a pilot as the character. So
Yay.
All right.
all right. Well, your meanness to children notwithstanding, you are all standing in the bridge. And what would you guys like?
And so the pilot is in the bridge, or is he waking up?
To give him a chance to sort of get everything set up.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Myriad, do you want to? I mean, you can just chime in here. I don't think there necessarily has to be a roll yet, but if you
I
want,
guess until then, since
Oh yeah, because I don't know what I'm doing.
it's all good. Don't worry about it. I mean, like, just if you're imagine that you're a pilot, and you can weigh in, but I think you guys should all make this decision.
All right, yeah. So I relay everybody the situation with the FTL drive, and I say we can either restart it or not. But I'm not certain what's gonna happen. But something is definitely gonna happen if we restart the drive.
And then so Sky.
So it's not working now?
Oh, sorry.
So the drive is just in an unknown state. So the AI didn't know if it was safe to keep going because it was getting weird readings. So it's stopped the ship and it's asking you guys, what's going on, what do you want to do, and so you've confirmed so far that like it looks like you could try to attempt to FTL again, but you aren't. No one's really sure what's going to happen if that happens. While you're sitting on the bridge, you also start to your radio receiver starts to go off. You are receiving a automated distress beacon from the vessel in front.
Oh, no.
boy. Oh no. I guess we
Are you guys going to try the FTL again?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm saying
Yep,
to
figure we don't really have any other choice.
yeah, I mean, I was about to say, so it was like Sky turned to Mike, is like, well, I mean, we can either just sit here and do absolutely nothing or take a pot shot at this drive, but either way, if we don't, we're just sitting here doing nothing.
I kind of nod in agreement, and I'm like, okay, I think we're going to restart this thing.
All right, Blackbird, do you want to walk me through, give me a little bit of dialogue for your attempt to kick off the...
Sure. So do I restart it from the FTL drive room?
You can do it from the bridge. Just imagine that there's a command console that you can go and type.
All right, well, I at first bet I'd say everybody to like strap in because we're going to try and reset this drive. Everybody be careful. So I get to the console and then I say, let's start up the drive again.
All right, you hit the button and the drive engages, but almost immediately you realize that there's something wrong. Instead of the sort of quiet, self-assured hum that these drives usually present before you slip yourselves in, you, even before FTL sickness would kick in, almost immediately there's a different sound, and sort of it almost sounds like a ricocheting sound throughout the ship.
Oh boy.
In the pocket of every single one of you suddenly appears a sealed letter. This letter is inside of each one of your overalls is a letter, a physical paper letter, which suddenly appears in each one of your pockets.
Okay.
Okay.
And in your pockets, do you guys want to... This is very strange. So you tried to engage the FTL drive. There was a very strange sound. The ship didn't go anywhere. And all of a sudden, in your pockets is a piece of paper that wasn't there before. Also, in the galley, you hear an odd sound. It sounds like a cat almost in the galley behind you.
I will go and check the galley.
Okay, great. There's a beautifully designed wooden box sitting on the table.
Ooh, pretty box.
Oh boy.
Pretty box. I take the box. And
Okay.
I look at it.
Inside the box is a black cat with white eyes. But you notice that the top of the box seems to be a glass panel. The cat's breathing doesn't produce any vapor against the glass panel at the top. However, it looks perfectly alive and it looks kind of friendly as a cat.
I have a friend. I open the box and pull it out and like put it in the air and look at her eyes.
Does anybody have a cat?
The cat looks at you and you feel with its hands that your hands, it's not quite the right temperature. It seems to be almost sort of too cold. It's definitely not breathing, but otherwise it seems like it's a totally normal cat.
Ooh, you cold cat. I will warm you up.
All right, as the 10-year-old is alone with the
You gotta thaw the cat.
as
Just
the
chuck him in
question
the
mark cat.
microwave.
Put him in the microwave, heat him up for about 30 seconds.
Like a piece of pizza.
So what you guys think may have happened here is this may be sort of a singularity problem. Obviously FTL relies on very complicated and advanced technology. So it seems that whatever you've done is whatever's going wrong with the system seems to cause disruptions. It's sort of space-time. It has some odd effects. But it's pretty clear that so far the FTL does not seem to have worked as an actual engine. It seems to have generated mostly cats.
Cats? As in plural?
Well, you have the one cat.
Okay.
Who knows? If you do it again, you might get a bunch.
Okay, that's not good.
Nobody's allergic.
More cats.
Also remember that the distress call is still coming in from the ship in front of you.
Alright, well, I pull up the distress beacon or whatever I do with it.
Okay. You answer the distress.
Okay, so I assume I just have a standard introduction. I say this is Mike Baker of the Hard Bargain. What's the purpose of your distress call?
Sort of a very, very calm Australian accent answers you. He says, "My name's Lucas. I am a synthetic aboard the WI Rise. We are a survey vessel from Weyland-Yutani that we seem to have gotten caught in the same thing. Have you guys had any luck getting that FTL to work?"
No, we have not. We tried rebooting it, and unfortunately it has not worked.
He laughs a little bit and he says, "It's better than what I got. I got a bird that flies around the cabin reciting the digits to
You got a bird? Well, we got a cat.
Well, wait, do we know about the cat?
Oh yeah, did you bring us the cat yet?
No.
Oh.
He's keeping that cat secret."
Never mind.
He's
then.
like
I don't
Golem,
say
but
anything.
with a cat.
I say, wait, a bird?
Yeah, he says, "I've never seen anything like it, but it seems that our FTL system has been disrupted, and it would appear, judging from the number of vessels around us, that we're not the first species to fall into this trap. If you happen to look around, not all of these vessels are."
Hearing that, I then look around outside and see all the other ships.
So you'd see a lot of different vessels. You'd see some, and if you took the time to scan them, you'd think that you'd probably find a couple names that you all would know as lost vessels, human lost vessels that disappeared without a trace. Some of the designs and the shapes are extremely odd, though. Configurations you've never imagined. A straight sort of needle-like structure floats in space ahead of you. Perfect sphere as well. There's a variety of shapes and configurations and sizes, but they all seem to have fallen for the same thing.
So, you've all flown into some kind of FTL dead zone? I suppose.
He laughs a bit. He says,
I say, well, besides your
yeah.
FTL drive, any other problems with your ship?
He laughs and he says, "Enjoy your reactor while it's still..." Our ship is running on battery power, and it's set in about 6 hours after we got here. And so it seems that happens as well to most of these vessels. Your reactor will probably cut out soon, and you'll be forced to rely on battery reserves. If you'd like, I have access to a shuttle, which I see that your vessel does not. Um, we might be able to work together on this or coordinate resources. If you would like to come in and dock, we could chat and discuss our options.
All right.
How can we dock if our reactor doesn't work?
Your reactor does work. His
Oh,
reactor
so
doesn't
we can
work.
like
He's
pull up
saying in a
alongside
little
his
bit.
ship and dock.
Exactly. So he's
Okay.
saying that like while your reactor is still working, you might want to consider doing that because you don't have another way of getting over to.
Yeah, I would say it's the best course of action. So I sort of relay all this information to the crew, how their FTL drives down as well, and we should probably use what's left of our reactor power to get over to their ship so we can coordinate resources and all.
All right, Myriad, are you up on the bridge?
Are you here at all?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Myriad, you here?
Oh, I don't think so. Got me out of crowd sleep late, right?
No, you were also awoken. We'll just say that it took you a little bit longer to get the taste of vomit out of your mouth.
Oh, okay.
So you are the pilot. You are going to make your way up to the bridge, and you would have heard the conversation that just happened about the status of the reactor.
Okay, good.
Oh, what's the name of your character, just so that we know who to call you?
Yeah, that's.
Oh, I'm Tommy Blaze Hendricks.
Are you gonna
It's actually
change?
not. That's not a bad pilot name at all. Okay. All right,
No.
Tommy.
Tommy Blaze Hendricks? Is that what I heard?
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right.
Are you gonna change your Roll20 name to match?
I thought I did.
Oh, because it just still says Myriad Truth.
Oh, that changed.
So, would our characters call you Blaze, I assume?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
You can go under settings and you have display name.
Oh, there it is.
Tommy, are you all set up on the character sheet to do a roll?
Yes, I am.
All right, great. Do you want to? Are you guys in agreement that you are going to dock, or do you want to try something?
Yeah, I'm for docking.
I say we should dock before we try anything else, just so that we have someone nearby when the reactor does shut down.
Okay, sounds great. Tommy Blaze Hendricks, do you want to make a piloting roll?
Sure. I just click on
Yeah.
Goofy. Okay, where did I click on piloting?
You literally just click on the word piloting in the character sheet.
I clicked on it, it didn't do anything.
In the character sheet, it didn't. You just highlight. Yeah, you did. Oh, you got it. A bonus. You could do a stunt.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tommy.
cool.
Sorry, I clicked on that for you just to make sure your sheet was rolling. We're gonna use that as your roll, but we'll just make sure it works. So all I did was I went to your character sheet and I clicked on the word piloting and it rolled.
Oh, it worked for you.
Yeah. Okay, so you take the reins of this little vessel and you pilot and you dock it so great. What would you like to have your bonus be?
Oh, what can I use my bonus for?
I can pull up the.
You can
pilot.
show off.
I've got the skill pulled up in the rulebook. You can either gain a +1 modification to a later skill roll relating to this one, or you can show off.
does showing off do anything, or is it just the rule of cool?
It just says you show off, so I
Oh.
assume it just makes you look cool. Or you could get a +1 mod, which would add 1 extra dice to a later piloting skill roll that relates to this one.
So basically, just docking with other ships and stations, right?
Yeah, I'll just save it for another roll. In case something comes up.
Okay.
Beautiful. All right. You guys dock successfully with the WJ Rise. And you are, let me pull.
Oh. Oh, did you
Ooh,
design this
clean.
in DPS?
Sorry, what was that?
Did you design this in DPS?
No, I just, there's a little Python program that I wrote that generates the
Oh.
interiors, and then I just put the tiles in.
Oh, because it looks kind of like Dungeon Painter Studio. Like I even recognize some of the props.
No, I don't have I don't have Painter Studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have a Windows computer, so
Yeah, it still
I
looks
think
cool,
that's Windows only.
and so the airlock is
So you guys are coming in by the metal grate at the bottom there. We're going to use that as like sort of the dock.
like that big hatch right there. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So do we
Yep,
drag
I just pinged it.
do we drag our tokens on there?
Right now, there's no. I'm just kind of because the tokens are sort of a pain for me to move around maps. So when we start to get to a situation, or if there's combat or whatever, we can drag your tokens on there. I mean, it's up to you guys. Would you rather have the tokens on there right now, and I can throw some on there and assign them to you?
Well, I can.
Or we can keep.
I mean, I can use mine like this, but
I'm fine with that.
or I can just. All right.
Okay, great. So if you want to throw your token on there, feel free. If you don't care, it's fine. For combat, I'll make sure that we assign them on there when we do the initiative roll.
Maybe we can use mine just as like a group.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Love it. Throw it on there.
Because I mean, I'm pretty sure we'd all travel together, and then you can just say everybody's following Sky. So.
Yeah.
Are you guys inviting the kid?
I mean, if
Should we
he wants to come, or he can, or if he just wants to play with his pussy, then he can. So it's up to him.
A.
Sure, I'll come with.
Are you bringing the cat?
Yeah.
I mean, we could always
before
just.
before you go,
all right.
to
Well, I guess we
docking,
can bring the kid along.
you see a car racing around, and there's a cat on it.
Oh my
Oh
god!
yeah, the RC car.
Oh, that's
Oh,
amazing.
Yes.
I love it.
Cat RC
All right, so
car.
the hallways fill with the sound of a cat screeching on top of an RC car. As your vessel comes in for a beautifully done docking operation, you lock in, and you, Tommy, you are close enough that you will have known that this is a brand new vessel. So this thing is clearly just out of the shipyards. And you as a pilot would know that usually survey vessels are pretty run down and pretty beaten up, but this one looks brand spanking new.
Well, I guess I got everyone. I was like, wow, this is a beauty.
Great. You guys want to head on board?
I thought we already did.
Sure. We'll say you did. So you are standing, and who comes up to meet you is he's already explained that he's an android. His name is Lucas. He stands and waits patiently as you guys come aboard. His hands are clasped behind his back. He's wearing a clean and pressed jumpsuit. His hair is perfect. Around you is various cargo pieces. It looks like there is a tractor, some crates of materials. Looks like maybe some sort of digging apparatus. And that's all you can see from right now. Lucas says, "How was the trip?"
Hello.
Trip was fine. We navigated over here perfectly fine.
Or at
No
least it was
complications
fine
at the
until
moment.
this happened.
He smiles. He says, "Welcome to the Rise. It's unfortunate that you have to meet under these sort of circumstances. May I ask where you're coming from?"
I mean, do we know where we came from?
Yeah, do we?
Yeah,
He
we're just
means like
freelance.
where, like, your ship and your designations.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we haven't been given that information, at least to the best of my knowledge.
Okay. That's
So,
then you say what you.
are we sticking with the hard bargain for our ship too, or is it?
Yeah, I mean that's the name I gave it. You know, you guys can change that name from now on. But you can probably just say that.
Okay.
I go to this android and I say, we are having an adventure, and I
The
have a
android
cat.
nods. The android nods, but looks quite worried at your.
Oh, you mean?
He goes on to explain that his ship was trapped here, but they came here on purpose. They are part of an archaeological dig, but an unfortunate accident has befallen the crew, so he's very glad to see you. He would love to collaborate with you further on figuring out a solution to getting out of here. And his calm and measured tone, as you look around, you realize that not only is there no people, but there's no sounds from any people. The ship is reasonably large, but there doesn't seem to be anyone else but him here.
So Sky then asks, because you said that the android says that something happened to his crew.
Yeah, I was about to ask that too.
So Sky's like, wait. You said something happened to your crew, and there's nobody around. What happened to the crew?
He looks at you and says, "An unfortunate infection has befallen the crew, and they have all passed away. I assure you that it's not currently contagious. I would be glad to show you around the vessel, or you can do an inspection as you see fit. I understand your hesitation."
Hesitation is right.
Well, it's a good thing I'm in a suit.
Yeah, lucky you. You have the suit.
And an armored suit at that.
Yeah. You want to go in first?
Yeah, like a StarCraft Marine just stomping.
Ladies first.
Yeah.
yeah, ladies first.
Yeah.
Ladies first.
Armored up, gunslinging ladies first, just stomping through the ship with a smart gun in hand.
You got the big gun.
Yep.
I come in peace.
I don't.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well.
So Sky's just kind of taking point with Lucas. I'm going to assume everybody's following me.
Yeah, I'll come right behind you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been looking over the ship.
Lucas looks a bit bemused. What are you expecting to do with a smart rifle against an infection?
You'd be surprised.
He shrugs and says, "I would love to show you what I've learned about the planet and what's going on here if you're interested."
I mean, it would be of special interest to Mike. This is our scientist,
Yeah.
Mike Baker.
Yeah, that would be, I would really like to know that.
Lucas gets visibly excited at the knowledge that there's a scientist on board, and he takes time to shake Mike's hand
A
and welcome
fellow
him to
intellectual.
the ship. You got it. He goes on to explain why they're here. Weyland-Yutani became interested in this particular sector after an archaeological dig on a colonial world uncovered a very, very strange artifact believed to contain a star chart to this location. So they were dispatched to do an archaeological dig and a survey dig. They have only been here for about 6 days, but in that 6 days, pretty much everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. He is alone on the ship, and he welcomes you here and gestures around and says, "Make yourself at home. Feel free to explore wherever you'd like. Don't let me restrict you. I would caution you, though, that the artifact that we brought here with the star map can be very disturbing for some people to look upon, but you are, of course, welcome to see it. Otherwise, I would be glad to show you any additional information about what I've learned in the briefing room.
Sky grins about the thought of the disturbing things and says, "Hey, kid, come here."
Yeah.
Oh no.
Nick looks at you. What?
You want to see something real shiny?
Sure.
All right, well then follow us.
Okay.
Then when she turns back around, she's just got this like smirk on her face. Thinking in her mind's like, "You had me disturbing." So.
Are you guys going to check out the artifact that he's talking about?
Oh well.
Oh no! I'm going to the briefing room.
I mean,
Yeah, no, I'd like to go to the briefing room and talk more about this with Lucas.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize that was the
Great.
plan. Then in that case, I'll just go with him.
Oh, no,
I
I thought
run
you
away.
Do we want
I
to
go
split
with-
the party?
You guys are welcome to split the party if you'd like.
Yeah, it seems like that kind of situation.
I take my car out and drive it.
We're gonna have to talk about battery charges for that.
If the ship runs out of power, we can just use the batteries from the car.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, you guys have free reign of the ship. To be honest with you, Lucas seems more interested in the scientist and the pilot than the child or the marine. So he starts to make his way to the briefing room. You are welcome to follow or go any which direction you.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I follow Lucas into the briefing room.
yeah.
Yeah,
I take it the briefing room is up the hall and to the left. Yeah. So hold on, just.
I'm going to the garden. Is this the garden?
It is a area for sure. Are you breaking out and going to that area?
Yeah.
Okay, great. You stumble across a scene that is difficult to comprehend for someone so.
Ooh. What is this? I'm gonna die.
As
Oh,
you walk
no.
in, a statue. It's about 8 feet tall, about 4 feet wide. It seems to have too many eyes and too many hands and too many mouths, but it seems to be depicting sort of a statuesque type of person. On it is what looks like it might be a star chart or a star map, and you're guessing that that's what Lucas was referencing earlier. In front of it is 6 crew members. They seem to have died, but they are trying to touch or claw at the statue. Some of them have ripped out their fingernails with the intensity by which
Ew.
they're grasping it. There seems to have been some sort of quarantine device around it, some sort of glass shield, but the glass shield is gone. You aren't sure what's going on with this thing, but it's not moving, it's not making any noises or any sounds. It's simply sitting there.
Do you get stressed?
You would take 1 stress, yes. Thank you for reminding
Okay.
me.
Yeah, you just fuck yourself up.
Perfect thing to show a kid.
Uh,
Yes, man.
if only Sky was around to see that.
Your remote control car hits one of the corpses.
Great. I drive it back to me and I'll just stare at this statue. Wow. So huge. It's a bit
As
stinky
the child
here.
is being tried. Oh, no, go ahead, sorry.
It's a bit stinky here. I should go back, I guess. And I slowly just step back and explore other rooms.
Okay, great. What room would you like to head to next?
Somebody watch this kid.
This one.
Somebody watch the kid.
In this room is looks like shrink-wrapped pallets of various materials and supplies. You see some shovels, a few maybe as a kid you wouldn't know what these are, but you would have a general idea that like they look like construction equipment, and they seem to be tightly secured to the floor. Most of them appear to be brand new, so the paint is still fresh on them.
I can't do nothing fun here. Let's find a computer.
Okay. There's a computer right outside.
This one.
You got it.
I want to press some buttons.
You are at the
Self-destruct
password. You are in the password entry field. So you, I guess, could do a ComTech roll if you would.
Sure.
Do we need a babysitter class or something?
Whoa! Oh my god!
Oh, dang.
Jesus Christ.
The kid is a
Oh my
hacker.
God.
Oh my god!
I thought I was
Wow,
supposed to.
Andy.
I'm supposed to be the tech guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Scrap 2 of them out because I accidentally thought it would be 0. But yeah, so 2 successes.
Okay, great. You have somehow managed to guess a password, and have successfully entered into the computer system of the ship in front of you.
I was just typing some random shit inside.
Or better yet,
Little Lucas
3, 2,
finds out a
1, 1,
kid
2,
took over his
3.
ship.
So what do I see on the computer, on the screen?
Back here, you would see various diagnostic information about the ship and its status. You would see a crew manifest. You would be able to access any public logs or information about the ship itself. You would also be able to get cargo manifests and see general status. You would also be able to close or open doors.
Ah, ooh, look at those doors. I start to open the doors.
Oh no.
In the briefing room, Lucas is walking you through what he thinks he's discovered, the rest of you. He has a holographic projection in front of him. And what he's walking you through, he believes that there is something on the planet that is projecting a particular signal. And there's a lot of complex math that some of you are definitely interested in, but he doesn't really break down a lot of it. He walks you through it and he says, it's pretty clear from what I've been able to determine that energy signature from the planet's surface is causing us disruption. But it's not the only energy source on the planet. He has gotten what looks like a human or a human colony down there. There also seems to be a crashed ship, but not a crashed ship where the rest of the ships are crashing. So what he's determined is that the pull of the planet is twofold. One, it stops ships in FTL. Two, it pulls them down to the surface of the planet near this sort of energy disturbance, which he believes is responsible for the FTL. Far away from this, though, is another crash vessel. He believes a marine vehicle, a marine ship that has crashed far away. And he outlines all of this on the screen, and I'm going to show you that really fast.
All right.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
So signal 2, he believes, is the location of is close to the problem, the sort of disturbance. Signal 3 is what he believes to be the crashed vessel that clearly crashed under its own control. And then signal 1 is, it looks like the So signal 2 is sort of the source of all the disturbance, and then signal 1 is actually, hold on, I'm going to move that a little bit. And then signal 1 seems to be, looks like maybe some sort of colony or some sort of settlement or some sort of town. He gets sort of like various human signals going out over the receiver. Wherever they're doing, though, it seems to be relatively low technology. He hasn't seen any evidence of spacecraft, hasn't seen much evidence of anything else, just a few radio transmissions from what he thinks are work crews.
So
Okay,
you're
I ask
saying
him.
these ship. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
You go first.
Okay, I ask him. So, which part did the crew get infected with?
He looks sad and says the crew took the shuttle down to Site B and near Signal 2, and they encountered something that was. They didn't really explain exactly to me what they saw, but they became infected not long after coming back and started exhibiting signs of paranoia, extreme distress, and aggression towards each other and themselves. Some crew became convinced that they were having nightmares that were caused by the statue in the hole, which is why they sort of started to attract almost a religious-like fervor for it. The captain and the lead archaeologist locked themselves in their quarters and have since passed away. I've left them there. The rest of the crew died grasping at the statue, but whatever disease vector they used, it's not clear to me, but it seems like the disease causes some sort of mental imbalance or instability, but there's no sign of further infection, and I've completed several medical scans, and so far everything seems to be fine.
All right then.
So they found something on that planet down there. They brought it back aboard, and it drove them all insane.
He apologizes, but his medical knowledge is limited. He only knows that they were fine when they went down to Signal 2, and not long after coming back from Signal 2. He knows that the captain was disappointed with what they found, or was looking for something else. They left him aboard the vessel to attempt repairs on the FTL and to try to get signals out. And then not long after coming back up, they all started to go insane.
All right. Also,
Did no
so
one ever
you
check
said
the
that the
room?
ships in this zone eventually get pulled down. You said the field was twofold, right?
He nods and he shows you a graphical representation of what he means. So basically, all of the ships will eventually crash in this.
I ask how long. I'm like, do we have a time frame of how long it's going to be until we're pulled down?
He smiles joyously. You'll be dead long before that happens. It takes between 18 and 24 months for the process to complete. It's unclear to him whether or not that's intentional, but it does take quite a while for the ships to get pulled down. And many have been up here for much, much longer than that. But the particular trajectory that your two vessels are on is almost a straight shot down, so it'll be a little bit faster for you. But he suspects you don't have that much oxygen on board.
This guy kind of raises her fingers like, if I may, I vote that we go down to that planet, find out whatever the hell's doing this, and shut it off. All in favor?
Looks like we have to. Yeah.
Yeah, but what if we all go insane?
That's the problem. And that's the dilemma.
God damn it, I didn't think of that.
Lucas looks excited at this opportunity and suggests that perhaps the best course of action, well, he stops himself before he gets too excited. He says the best course of action may be for us to make contact with the humans that I think are living on this planet. If they're functional and they have a functional society, they may be able to assist you quite a bit with this process and would have additional information. or you could try to pursue the downed vessel, see what they have. That would be a colonial marine ship. It might have additional weapons,
Oh,
vehicles, who knows. Or you could attempt to go right for the source of it, but he does caution that that didn't go well for his crew last time, and they were extremely experienced explorers, used to dealing with hostile conditions. So he,
so
but
wait,
he
you're saying
smiles
that
and
that he doesn't recommend going to the crashed marine ship, or?
he doesn't know. So just like he doesn't know much about the crash ship except for the fact that it is broadcasting a marine signature. He knows that there's a colony or at least some sort of human settlement near Signal One, but he's not really clear what the status of that thing is. And he knows that the folks he sent to Signal 2 came back up and then tried to kill themselves.
So let me see if I
Um,
got the. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
So let me get this straight.
I got a question too, though.
So Site A is what he's saying is the colony or something, and Site B is the crashed marine ship.
Signal 1 on the screen.
No,
is
not signal.
the-
Site. Site A and
There's
Site
always-
B. What are
So
those?
Site A is. Oh, I thought that was GM only. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There. So ignore Site A for right now. So Signal 1 is what he thinks is could be a human colony. Signal 2 is where they went last time, and then Signal 3 is what he thinks is the crash.
Oh my god, that's quite far off.
I got a question.
Where's Signal 3?
It's very far off to the right, like bottom right corner.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Lucas, we tried contacting Signal 1.
I agree. I think we
He-
should contact whoever's down there and ask them for more information before we do anything.
He has attempted to reach out to Signal 1 several times, and he has been in contact with what he believes is another android, or perhaps a person who read some very strange religious scripture to him and invited him to join their flock. But he has not been able to determine much else about them. He thinks that they are perhaps salvaging the ships that crash, but it's not clear. They have invited him several times, though, to go down. He has not because, to be honest with you, he smiles and breaks out. For all of you, he says, I'd rather not do it alone.
Uh-huh. So any bright ideas?
Well, I suggested that we go down there, so I mean, if that's the only option.
What?
Well, I suppose we could head down there then to that colony.
His ship has a shuttle, right? Lucas's?
There's a shuttle.
Does the shuttle
that
still
you guys
work?
can pilot down. The shuttle is in perfect operating order.
Okay,
Oh.
so it's got plenty of fuel to navigate all around the planet and then get back to the ship, right?
Yes, it would be able to do that.
Alright, because
Okay.
I do want to check out that marine ship at some point, and I'm pretty sure you can guess why.
We check out the marine spot first.
Yeah, and Sky's like, oh, that is a great idea, and then she like points at him with both fingers. It's like, so, best 2 out of 3, I guess we head down to the marine ship first.
All right.
Search for any survivors, maybe some weapons, and then after that, we'll just play it by ear.
What is what's our resident kid up?
Yeah, good question. What is he up to?
Yeah, have you ever seen the kid?
I don't know. It wasn't my turn to watch him.
Wait, you guys lost the kid?
He's got a toy car. He'll be fine.
I thought he was yours.
Where did he go? We can't just leave him here.
You can probably hear some doors opening.
With your access to the computers, what have you figured out?
Who's opening the doors?
Yeah, I just hear doors like, like just opening and closing constantly.
Okay, I gotta ask Lucas, where do you control the doors at? What part of the ship do you control the doors at?
Lucas looks irritated, and says, This is generally why we don't advise children get on spaceships. He turns off the display of the landing. He gestures you all to follow him, and you guys all head to the bridge. As you walk into the bridge, you notice in the back right corner is another android that's been cut in half. Unlike the sort of diseased folks that you may have that he's been describing before, this looks quite surgical. The android's eyes are open, and it's making small ticking motions. So it seems to be somewhat functional, but Lucas doesn't seem to pay any attention to it and proceeds to the computer system to figure out what's going on with the doors and the general control.
What's happening here?
So wait, then Sky looks to Mike. It's like, Mike, you think you could work your Comtech skills on this thing? See if it works, or if there's something that can help us?
Yeah, sure, I can take a crack at it.
Lucas looks visibly annoyed and says, that unit fell victim to a malfunction. I wouldn't waste too much time trying to get fixed, but you are, of course, welcome to do as you want. And he turns back and begins typing on the computer.
Malfunction, huh?
Figuring he's got the android may have some information or may provide additional function, I think I'll try to reprogram it or something, or try and get it working again.
All right, make me a Comtech roll. You are hunched over a broken up android.
All right.
Ooh, God damn! Whoa, your Comtech is high. Holy shit!
Yeah, because I have a 5 in wits, a 3 in Comtech, and then I have my Seegson system diagnostic device, which gives me a +2.
Oh my god.
The secrets of this android roll out in front of you. This thing didn't fall victim to an accident. It was cut in half with a cutting laser. It is currently in attempted diagnostic modes, trying to fix itself, but it doesn't look like it's very hopeful to get it back up and running. However, you notice in your terminal that you can type questions and have it answer. So would you like to ask it a question?
Oh, ask a question, I think. So I found out it was cut in half with a cutting torch, and then I ask it, I say when was it cut? When can you estimate was it cut in half? How old do you think the wound is?
There's a delay, and then the text comes back. Injury sustained. 4 days.
What? What did you say?
It types back, injury sustained 4 days ago.
4 days ago.
Is this a case of like where he's asking it in text, or is he saying it aloud?
He's asking it in text.
Yeah, I'm asking it in text. That's what I meant to say. I typed that in.
Oh. So then Sky asks him, like, ask him who did this to you.
I don't really. Am I able to communicate with the thing?
Yeah, I mean, just say we'll just say that from now on you're typing it, it's typing back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I type in who did this to you? Can you recognize any? Maybe if there's like some sort of link with any sort of crew file you could pull up on who maybe did this to you?
The text outputs very quickly. Unit designated Lucas did this to me. Unit designated Lucas destroyed company property.
Oh.
Unit designated Lucas.
Oh.
Unit designated Lucas. Unit designated Lucas. And you see a map of the ship come up in text form, and there is a beacon put in the infirmary. It blinks in the wireframe black and green model for a second, and then returns to the text prompt.
Oh no.
That's concerning.
Mike, do you have any weapons?
No, I have no weapons. I've got my device, and I have a motion tracker.
Oh. Shit. What about... Oh, so Blaze came up with us, right?
Yep.
Do you have a gun?
Nope, I do not have any gun.
Well, I guess I'm gonna be doing all the dirty lifting. Then this guy's like, well, I'm considering whether we should all go after the guy or not.
I don't know if we should do that at the moment. I think at the moment we should just like. I think I should like pull him. I think I should pull him aside, pull like a Sky aside and like share this information privately.
What information? The thing about Lucas?
Yeah, remember that Lucas wouldn't, obviously couldn't see your screen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so he doesn't know that you know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's-
I thought Mike told us.
So I assume I like tap on Sky's shoulder and like gesture her to like let's let's go aside somewhere. I need to tell.
Okay, so I guess where do we go?
There are side rooms to the left and to the right that you can go use if you'd like.
How about we
Because I'll wait with Luke.
was the android say the android was right here, I guess? Mike, where my avatar is on the map, yeah, like right about there. I guess we can go here, upper left, maybe. But I can't double click. What the hell?
So the android is in the bridge with you, so the top middle. So you guys were on the bridge. Lucas is still sitting at a computer typing.
Oh wait, whoa! So we're in the same room as him?
Yes, you're in the same room as
shit.
Lucas.
Okay. So then I guess we'll be over here somewhere, right?
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, then, you said Matt, or not Matt, sorry, Mike pulls me over or pulls Sky over to talk. So.
I'm sort of looking a bit off, and then when I sort of show her what I see on the screen of my little diagnostic device.
And so basically Sky's like seeing all the shit that the android said.
You got it.
Yeah, all the text on the screen.
And this guy responds like, okay, give me one good reason why I shouldn't go up there and at least interrogate that android at gunpoint.
Look, if it comes to that, maybe, but for now, he knows this shit better than any of us. I don't think we should just take this guy out.
Well, I'm not saying take him out, I'm saying get some answers out of him.
Meanwhile, while this is happening, Nick is just checking back to the last point where we split apart, and I tried to find you.
Okay, so you're just sort of wandering down the hallway.
Yeah.
Can you ping where on the map you are?
Wait, what?
Perfect. Great. So these corridors are pretty empty, and you're just sort of walking along. You can hear sort of off in the distance. It sounds like perhaps folks talking, but you're not. You're sort of still far away.
Yeah. I go in that general direction.
Okay. Myriad, what are you up to in the bridge?
I guess I'm making sure everything works, checking all the systems.
Okay, great. So you're sitting at the terminal next to Lucas then, as he types and tries to figure out what's going on with the door.
Yeah. Do diagnostic checks on the ship.
Okay. Diagnostic checks on the ship are good. The ship is incredibly new. You see the same sort of disturbances you would previously with the FTL system, but otherwise all systems seem.
Yeah, I started getting confused because he said the archaeologists and them were experienced.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
He said the archaeologist team and all of them were all explorers were experienced team, right?
Yeah. So this crew would have been. You would know, just as a general person who works in space, you would know that these folks work together for years. that they go from planet to planet, and they explore and sort of investigate things. So they would have been pretty experienced at dropping onto foreign worlds.
Okay. And that's all I'm doing.
All right. Well, I also got that ping to the infirmary.
And you're saying that to Sky?
Well, I sort of say that low. I also got some kind of ping to the ship's infirmary. It flashed for like a brief second. I don't know if it was a glitch or something, but. And then I sort of wait. Where's the infirmary on the ship?
Good question. Do you have a motion tracker, by the way?
Yes, I do have a motion.
Is that
tracker.
where you got the ping, or did you just get it off the tablet or the terminal or the whatever?
I'm not certain. You just said I got a ping or something from the ship's infirmary, and I assumed it came from the device or something, because I don't know if a motion tracker would give me a ping from a specific room.
No, so the android drew the downed android drew a map of the ship and pinged it. It's the top left room. It's right past the briefing room.
So like right, God, I can't ping for some reason. It's so weird. Oh wait,
You just hold.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so that room?
That is the infirmary. That's
Okay.
what has been marked as the infirmary.
Alright, so then I
Yeah,
guess
purple.
we head over there. Just going down the hall and to the left, or I guess no, to the right.
Yeah, so I say I'm gonna go check out the infirmary.
Alright, so this guy's like, alright, I'm coming with you.
Yeah.
I think, by the way, is it a good bet to say that Mike and Sky are buddies?
I would assume so, since I kind of pulled you over.
Yeah, we've been kind of working together since, like, the whole thing with the FTL drive, so I'm going to mark Mike as a buddy.
Yeah, I'll mark you as a buddy, too.
Cool.
Oh, mark you as a rival, Sky.
Yeah, yeah, so for the first time I have a buddy and a rival.
And that movie's just like never happens. Marine scientist.
Yeah, Marine
You guys
with
are
a
defying
rival.
all the stereotypes.
Yep.
Marine and a scientist, and then a rival with a kid.
My greatest rival, the kid.
Except maybe Doom, I guess. That's the only time.
Wait, what?
Except maybe Doom, that movie. I guess that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
So, before we go into the infirmary, though, like, before we enter, I kind of motioned to Sky. I'm like, maybe you enter first. You have the suit and all.
Yeah. And then, like, she does, like, the opening of StarCraft 2, flips the visor down, pulls out a smart gun, kind of, like, sweeping the room.
The glass on the infirmary door displays the biohazard sign, and the door appears to be locked. There's a glass you would be able to see into the infirmary room itself.
Yeah, you guys go ahead.
Is there kind of like an airlock chamber, like a decontamination pressurized thing?
It's a heavy white door. It seems to be with a large glass insert, and then beyond that would be another door, and then the actual infirmary itself. The glass is displaying a biohazard sign.
So basically it is kind of like an airlock where, like, there's one room you enter, you shut the door behind you, and then that other door opens.
Sure, yeah.
That's what I'm getting, because it's like, if you, for example, if you played Fallout, then, like, there are those, like, Fallout 4, they have...
Decontamination.
Yeah, the decontamination chambers. Like, you close the one door behind you, it sprays off the radiation, and the other door opens.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, so,
I mean,
okay.
it would look a little bit like that to you.
Yeah, so that's what I'm double checking. So then, because I have the suit, I'm like, all right, Mike, you stay put, and then so I step through.
I have a question.
All right.
Please go ahead.
Do you guys see me on the way back to this infirmary?
They would pass right by you. Yes.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Okay. So I follow them.
Yeah, I assume I just say to you, look, kids, stop messing around with the computers, okay?
I say, I found something.
You found something?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
show you.
say, okay, tell me later, kid. For now, we're gonna investigate
Okay.
something.
Um, and then so meanwhile, Sky's going through the airlock. She like, elbows like firmly elbows the button to shut the airlock.
The inside door is locked and secured with the same symbol, but it is all glass.
Oh wait, so I can't open the other door?
You can open the one outside door. You
Okay.
can't open the inside door. You're not a crew member, so you wouldn't be registered to the
Shit. I don't have any kind of cutting torch or anything. Well, I wouldn't use it, but like, oh, I got this. So Sky turns around. It's like, Mike, let me borrow that diagnostic device for just a sec.
Okay, yeah, I hand it to her.
All right, so I'll just mark that real quick. Diagnostic device. Okay. So then I hand it over, and then can I? So after shutting the one door, can I do a comtech roll on the thing to hack it?
Sure. I mean, remember that the door is a glass door, so you can also just look inside if you want to.
Oh well. First I get okay. Then first I guess I'm gonna like look around to the best of my ability. Should I make an observation roll?
I mean, this is yeah. Let's have you make an observation roll. There's some stuff that you can get just because you're a human being who has eyes, who's looking through a glass door.
Okay.
But I'll do the observation roll and I'll tell you what to tell.
Yes.
All right, great. So
Nice.
inside of the room is 3 corpses. They look like they are on medical boards or medical gurneys. There is looks like burn marks leading from an air vent. The air vent seems to have been ripped off. However, one of the people in the corner clearly didn't go down as a result of the disease. The air vent has a suspicious dent in it that looks roughly like the size of a man's skull. He has a small pistol, and he is on the ground. His head has been bashed in. The room itself is silent, and you don't see anything else. There's a computer in the corner that's doing the vitals for one of the corpses. That's reporting nothing.
Oh shit.
You have fun with that?
You get stressed.
Yeah. Do I?
Yeah. So you would get 1 stress, and then I don't think Mike, you haven't looked in yet, right?
Yeah, no, I'm on the outside because I don't have any kind of protective suit.
So.
Okay. Great.
Uh,
Mike, you're gonna
Oh.
take 1 stress.
Wait, why is he taking a stress? He didn't see anything.
You saw a bunch of corpses. No, sorry, Mike's not taking a stress. You're taking it.
Yeah, I know. I took a stress. I was
Yeah,
just saying,
I
it's like,
was
but
right there.
why
I was
did
like-
Mike? I was like, why did Mike take a stress? He's not even
Yeah.
with me.
I'm just
Hey,
Hello.
sitting out.
Hello.
Oh, hey,
How are you guys doing?
good.
Good.
Cool. How's the character making thing going?
So we're actually kind of in the campaign a bit.
All right.
So what might be easiest for right now is you can just sort of hang out and give, and we'll sort of chat a little bit in a bit because I don't think we're going to go for too much longer, just as a session. And then we can chat about getting you all set up, and then I'll write you into the story. Does that sound good?
Yeah, it's,
Or you can.
yeah.
I mean, once I upload the session video, you might consider going and watching it. That might be easiest.
Yeah, either way is fine by me.
Yeah.
But we can get you sort of inserted into
Yeah,
the narrative.
it could be quicker, if Matt explained it to you. But if you want to know like the full story, then you can watch it.
Yeah, sure.
So, in the meantime, I'm trying to decide what to do. So then I guess Sky doubles back around. She's saying, "All right, Mike, here's the deal." So I was looking looking through the door. There were a few bodies. And we'll recap what exactly, just like a basic version of what happened.
3 bodies on medical gurneys.
All right.
That they look dead. There's a medical monitor in the corner that's showing the vitals for 1 at 0. There is a looks like maybe small burns or small arms fire in the room on the wall. There's a corpse of a man in the corner. It looks like he has a handgun lying next to him. And the air vent has been ripped off. It seems to have been, judging from the blood stains, it seems to have been used to bash in the skull.
So then she just like relays all that to him, explaining that. So, What?
Okay, yeah, so that's all explained. And I say, wait, oh god, so, oh Jesus. Okay, yeah, so there's dead people on the ship, and one of them got their skull bashed in.
And we already know that our buddy Lucas murdered one of his fellow droids.
I tried to
I
grab
sort of think
Mike's.
of that, and I'm like, yeah, we gotta. He's like, yeah, that android's crazy.
I grab Mike's the sleeve, and just pull it.
Kid, what is it?
Let me show you something.
Oh, okay. I think we're done here anyway.
And then this guy's like, oh, by the way, before I forget, she just tosses him the diagnostic device.
Oh, yeah, my device back. I'm like, okay, yeah, thanks.
Alright. She nods to him and then decides to just kind of tag along with him.
So you guys are not going to do a comtech roll to open the door?
Not yet, anyway.
Okay,
We
great.
can't really get in at the moment if we don't want to break the door or anything.
Well, I mean, we could hack the door, but, I mean, like, gut feeling is kind of telling me to hold off for now, so...
Okay. Is the kid leading the party? It sounds like.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
leading
showing us
Mike
to.
To the console. Way back here.
Okay.
And I point at the screen. Look. I do this.
Anything in, like, are you showing us anything in particular, or did you just show us how you, like, hacked in?
Yeah, I'm showing you that I hacked it.
God damn it.
I look at this and I'm just like, oh, jeez, are you the one messing around with the doors? How did you even do that?
I don't know.
This guy's like, well, glad to see that this was a complete waste of time.
Oh, and I just casually say, there are some dead bodies in the next room.
Wait, what?
I point to the room.
Wait a minute. We could open the door with the... We could open the infirmary door if we've got the computer console.
You could.
Well, Mike, your call.
If you want to open the door to the infirmary, we could always do that.
Well, I mean, there was something... I mean, if you want my 2 cents, looks like there might have been something... And I'm going to stress this. Something in that room. Because there was a guy whose skull was, like, dented in. And I don't think shooting himself in the face would do that. It would leave a hole in his head, but not a giant dent.
Yeah,
you hear the sounds of footsteps coming down the hallway.
Oh, shit.
It seems like someone's walking toward.
And this guy just, like, swivels around with the smart gun. Her fingers are kind of twitching over, like, the squeeze handle.
I sort of turn around and see.
Lucas emerges, same as always. He doesn't seem to be doing or holding anything. He looks bemused at the child and says, I know you're responsible for the doors. I have to compliment you on your excellent work.
Thank you.
Yeah, we apologize, Lucas. We won't let anything like this happen again.
He says, I know sometimes children can be precocious. And he places his hand lightly on the kid's shoulder.
Okay.
Stranger danger, dude.
It all starts with a touch of a shoulder.
I step away.
Lucas asks, so what did you think of my of the things we discussed before? Are you heading down to the surface? Do you want to try to repair your ship? What would you like?
I think before that, you owe us some answers.
He looks a little confused, but says, sure, I'd be glad to answer any question you have.
I sort of see what Sky's doing, and I'm like, okay, well, so I pull up my diagnostic device, and I go through, like, the history and sort of pull up the android thing, and I'm like, okay, look, I'm not blaming you or anything, but I'm looking on the device here. I've got some records from the android, and all I can say is, from what I've figured out, it seems to say that this android thinks that you caused its injuries with some kind of cutting torch.
Lucas looks at you, says, "Well, if an android is malfunctioning, what would you have me do with it?"
It was malfunctioning? What was it doing? What kind of malfunctions?
This unit accompanied the rest of the crew down, and I believe that something went wrong with its ethics and guidance system. It started to exhibit some of the same sort of violent, chaotic behavior that the rest of the crew did. So I disposed of it in the same way that the crew disposed of each.
Crew disposed of what? You cut out.
The crew disposed of what?
In the same way that the crew went violent and started killing each other and themselves.
Well, that brings me neatly to my next point. What the hell went down in that infirmary?
He looks at you, clearly losing his patience. As I've explained to you several times, a disease of unknown variety came back up with the expedition crew. It caused some sort of mental illness among the people who live and work here. They exhibited violent, deranged behavior against themselves and against each other. Some went peacefully with the disease and died with very little fight. Some went a little bit crazier. Does someone want to roll a manipulate roll?
Oh, manipulation. Well, what's Sky? What's your empathy?
2.
Yeah, mine's 2 as well.
Mine is 4.
Okay, yeah, then kid, you
He can use his... Wait, why did... Oh,
Manipulation, right?
yeah.
some sort of. Should we all roll a manipulation?
Well,
No. So how it works is that you guys can add. You can give him a +1 if you want to.
Yeah.
To his manipulation roll, but it would be his, and then it's just success or failure based on that.
Yeah, he can use his childlike innocence to...
So do help.
Yeah.
Me.
So we
So I got +2.
kind of give him bonuses to his roll. He needs to see if he's.
Yeah. It's like, please, mister, are you being the truthful? Or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing.
God
All
damn.
right. So the android looks at all of you and says, "I hope that's settled. I hope you know that my allowing you to sort of come on board and wander around the ship at your leisure suggests that we have nothing to hide here. And I think we would be better served by putting our efforts not in the mourning of the crew that has sadly passed away, but to looking towards a future solution, as we do not have infinite reserve power aboard this vessel, and we should come up with a plan sooner rather than later." And with that, he turns around and makes his way back to the briefing room.
Oh, wait, I was going to ask him a question, though.
Sure, go for it.
This
He'll
guy's
stop.
like, well, hold on a second. Wait, what?
Go ahead. He stopped walking.
This guy's like, hold on, is it safe to go in that infirmary?
He looks at you and says, "What do you think a biohazard sign mean?"
Just a generalized thing in hospitals. I've been in a hospital before, Lucas. I know what a biohazard symbol is. I know that's standard practice. I know I'm not going to drink a vial of blood.
He shrugs and says, "Whatever, I put that in for your protection and for the protection of future crews. You're welcome to do as you'd like."
Very well.
But I would warn you before you open that door that those were the sickest and the fastest to die of the folks who came back. So use caution. But we already know it doesn't affect me. And then he continues walking back to the bridge.
And then Sky turns to Mike. It's like, well, what do you think? You want to go in there and you want me to go in there and get that gun for you, or?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
All right, give me the
Go and grab
diagnostic
that,
device.
But it's also probably got a lot of infected stuff on it,
Ah.
so we'd have to disinfect it first.
Is there any way we can do that?
It would have, disinfecting materials like rubbing alcohol and whatever. You could dump it all over it.
Oh, so you're
I
saying
don't think any
could,
of you have a particularly medical background. Do you?
Nope.
No. Well, I'm just saying. Well, I mean, I'm not like an idiot. I'm just saying that I'm not like the most knowledgeable person about medical affairs.
No. I'm just saying, like, in terms of your character backgrounds.
Yeah, that's
like,
no, that's
you
what
would
I
be
mean.
able-
Well,
you
both
would be
me.
able to dump some rubbing alcohol over it
Yeah.
and take your shit.
So you're saying
But,
I
like,
could just
wasn't
like
there also,
baptize
like,
it by?
Wasn't there like the whole disinfectant like chamber before the infirmary door? Wouldn't that
Yeah.
like?
Is it like Fallout? I mean, I know I said Fallout earlier. Is it like Fallout where there's like a radiation purifying device that like removes all rads from you and your stuff?
No, it would be, as far as you would be able to tell with your observation success earlier, like this is just a two-door system. There's no sort of
Shit.
vents between them.
Okay.
This is a survey vessel. It's not a biological research
Oh,
vessel. So
shit.
this is mostly just like a basic quarantine door that would prevent like basic stuff from spreading throughout the ship. But there's nothing too advanced on there. Mostly it's for giving people stitches and setting broken bones.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'd say we could try and get the gun and like some rubbing alcohol or something.
All right, I'm game. All right, so then Mike and I head back to the quarantine room. I mean, I guess if Nick's coming, then he, whatever. I mean, if he wants to come with us, he can. But
Are you bringing the
I'm
child
not
with
going.
you? To
well,
your
I'm not taking him into the room. I hate him, but I'm not
But
taking
we
him.
want to keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
All right.
So I mean, tickled pink as Sky would be for him to die. So I mean, she's not going to actively kill a child by bringing him into a biohazard room. But so, same process before. Takes the diagnostic device, shuts the first door behind her, and tries. So do I do a contact roll?
I mean, you could have opened it at the previous council, but you.
Right.
I
Well,
mean,
but it's
you
been
could always-
it's.
You
Yeah.
can always shout to me, and I could go and open the door.
Well, I figure
Yeah.
it's kind of safer to just do it by hand, right?
Okay, great. Let's do a contact roll.
All right, so contact modifier of 2, and fuck. Wait. Can I push?
You can push
Sure.
if you want to take a level of stress. You can push.
Yeah, sure. Why not? So contact modifier 2. God damn! Well, glad to know that was a complete waste of time. Okay.
All right.
You
So-
didn't let your
I mean, we can
stress.
I can just go to the console and open the door for you.
Yeah, do that. Because meanwhile, her stress is like, because she wasn't able to do. God damn it! And she like punches against the door.
You
I
forget
Just
say
make
to
sure
add
that you add the
stress.
stress to the sheet.
Yeah.
I say, okay.
Yeah, I did
calm
add the
down
stress.
a minute. Let's just go and
You
open the door.
did.
for the
Okay, yeah,
console. So
before in the future, just when you push a roll, you add the stress, then you roll it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's all
okay.
good. Don't worry about
But
it.
no, I'm just saying, like, her stress is because she fails. God damn it! And just punches the wall, and she's. Because, yeah, Sky has a bit of a temper, so.
All right. Well, the door
Alright,
is
yes.
now sealed up tight, and
Yeah.
probably will never open.
What? Fuck!
Great.
So
So-
also, there's some sort of alarm that starts going off from the door, and you hear once again the sound of Lucas coming down.
Why did you punch the wall?
Because she was pissed.
Oh no.
Oh god, what have I done?
Lucas looks at you all and says, "I have to ask, what is the interest in getting in the infirmary?
Because there's a gun in there, and we want the gun?
I don't.
You could ask me for a gun. Would you like a gun?"
We'll take all the guns we can get.
Well, gee, I didn't know we could just ask.
Yeah, seriously! It's like that's the whole reason I wanted to get the gun.
Who knew?
Oh.
That's why I was going to the Marine
Ask
Corps.
nicely for the gun.
What? What'd you say?
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, I'd like, if you have a gun, I'd like to have one before we go down there.
Lucas turns to the nearest computer system and shows you the cargo hold. He says, there will be a 2-pack of the standard issue handguns issued to all Wayland-Yutani vessels.
Wait, laser
you are
pistols?
welcome to go down. Yes, the laser.
Oh my
You are
God,
welcome
that's
to go
great.
down and grab one if you'd like. I don't really know what you would use it against yet, but you're welcome if it makes you guys feel better.
Can I have a gun?
I was just meaning when we do
want
go
the gun.
down there, just in case we encounter anything on the planet's surface.
Lucas looks at the child and says, "Of anyone, you should be the one with a gun." I,
Oh, that's lame.
And then, wait, did he say that he should or shouldn't be?
Lucas has a lot of respect for this child. He's so far the only one who's managed to break the security of the vessel,
So,
and also explore it. So
And-
yeah, Lucas is fine with the child having a
and
gun.
Sky's like, well,
Yay.
unfortunately, we're not. Big kids get the gun. Or get the
Aw.
guns.
I sit down and I say, that's lame, and I puff my face.
So, so I guess we go down to the cargo hold, right?
Mhm.
Sure. Yeah.
So, Blaze, is he with us, or was he still up in the bridge the whole time?
Let's say that Blaze
It's
has
not
come
the
back
bridge.
with you. Yeah, you guys are.
Okay,
you,
Oh,
yeah,
so,
you guys are all heading. You're all in the cargo area. You're all standing there.
Okay.
There's a metal
So,
case with
by the
two laser.
standard issue, do you mean the gun's is it the Wrexham RXF?
yeah, the RXF M5 EVA laser
Eva
pistol.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could just write laser pistol, so,
Yeah, I just need to write that down on my character sheet.
yeah. So then there are 2 laser
I'll give a
pistols.
big one.
How many reloads
You have one reload.
per pistol?
No, so there's one reload per pistol.
Okay.
So there's 2 reloads and 2 pistols.
So I guess, like, Sky breaks open the crate, tosses one pistol to Mike, and then tosses the other one to Blaze. So, so
Sure, great. So Lucas has followed you. He looks somewhat bemused. It says, so have you decided what you'd actually like to do? Or would you like to start opening up all...
well, what else do you have?
We were planning on going to the Colonial Marine shuttle that
Yeah.
crash landed on the planet.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, great. He directs you to where the shuttle is, and says, you are welcome to... you have been up for quite a few hours at this point. It would have been, nearly, say, 5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
He says, you're welcome to stay here. You're welcome, or you can take off right now and get going.
Maybe we should rest to like relieve stress.
Yeah, rest and then get some food before we go. Because, I mean, I remember from Queen's Madness, we all made the foolish mistake of not eating or bringing any food this one time. So, yeah, Wolf knows what I'm talking about.
Good idea.
Alright, so I guess, so do we go back to our ship for the food, or for the R&R, or?
It's up to you. You can stay here, or you can go back to your ship.
Speaking
Entirely
of
up
food, I'm going to grab dinner.
Oh. Are you, we're playing Queen's Madness, right?
Yep.
Okay, just double checking. So I guess everybody.
We can actually. I mean, like we can actually. I think we were going to keep this session to 2 hours.
Yeah.
For everyone else. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to call it right now.
Yeah.
Ward, will you hang out so I can get you up to speed and get you all set up? And then we will resume.
Yeah, we
next
have to
time
do
with you guys
XP
also.
though. Like get XP points. But I have the list open, so if you want, I can read it.
Sure, go for it.
Okay. And so, well, so just to confirm, we all went back to the ship to rest and eat.
Yes, you guys are back on your ship.
Do we remove how much stress?
I think it's 1 per shift, unless one of you has banter.
I don't. Okay, so I'll get rid of
So
one.
it's 1. You
Okay.
would do, whoever you can remove 1 stress.
Okay. So, everybody gets a point for participation. Did you risk or sacrifice something to further your personal agenda? And for me, because part of mine is, and Matt, you can look at my agenda and decide for yourself, but for me, I'm kind of defaulting for the fact that, considering that I was kind of putting myself, in terms of defense, like putting myself between the crew and Lucas, because I perceived him kind of as a threat. Yeah, I'll give myself a point for that, unless you think I shouldn't.
No, I think it's fine. I
Okay.
think that you guys can all give yourself obviously a 1 XP for participating.
Well, no, I mean for the agenda.
Yeah, I think you're fine to do the one for your agenda.
Okay.
I think. Did anyone make a panic roll?
No.
No.
Okay, great.
Nope.
I'm gonna our friendly neighborhood kid obviously gets one for the significant discovery, as does the marine and our resident scientist.
All right.
And then the pilot, you're gonna get one for an extraordinary action just because you piloted so goddamn good.
Oh yeah.
There you go. There's your XPs. Right now you have earned no money. Obviously, you have salary, but right now it's sort of not relevant.
What about
What
risk-
about my hacking skills?
I didn't I give you one for your hacking skills?
No, just
Okay.
for the find of the bodies, I guess. That's stressful.
Well, you found like the statue.
Yeah, that was a significant.
I don't know if your
discovery.
hacking was that amazing. I don't know if it's an extraordinary action. You did guess a password.
Well, did you risk your life for your buddy? I mean, I feel like I was kind of going to, but we had a change of plans.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like for me, that's more, like there was like a definite A or B choice, and you chose the more risky of the two to save your buddy's life.
So, like, I didn't necessarily save his life, but I was going to risk it. So, but it's only
Yeah,
just because
I mean, I would vote no on that.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that like you would, if there was a definite risk, right? Right now you're sort of acting in the capacity of almost like a security officer, right?
Yeah.
Not a specific like action for your buddy.
Yeah.
So I think that that's it.
Okay.
The hacking, I would give it to you, bud, but like we didn't really end up doing much with it. So it was cool, and I appreciate that you opened and closed the doors. But so I think that that's probably where we're gonna break off.
Yeah.
Ward, are you still on there?
Yes, I am still here.
All right, great. I'm gonna get you up to speed on this. Everyone else, you can like drop off or hang out. You're welcome to.
All right.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I will be sending out invitations for session 1 along with a when to meet schedule, so we can make sure that we're all on the same schedule in terms of plans.
What do you mean an
All right.
invitation to session
Well,
1?
nice to meet you all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah.